What is up, Finn fans? Tough loss today. I will say that. A tough loss, a messy game by the Miami Dolphins. I got my notes, like I always do. I live streamed for most of the game today, but I had to deal with some house things that I had to take care of. But Miami Dolphins lose to the Buffalo Bills 37-20. A lot of you guys started telling me to get off the stream because we lose when I live stream, but we'll see if that changes, and we'll see if that continues on a trend. But let's talk about the game. Let's break down some stats. So we got Josh Allen, 21 for 33, 256 yards, 3 touchdowns. We made him look like the best quarterback of all time. Now, will he do great? Will he be the best thing? Will the Bills make the playoffs? That is yet to be seen. As of right now, they are 7-3, and they own one of the wild card spots. They got a hard rest of the season. We'll see if they can continue their success, but they did pretty well. No 100-yard rushers, which is nice. Josh Allen had 56 yards and a touchdown on his own, which I don't want to talk about that because watch my preview video and watch my 5 things the Miami Dolphins had to do to beat the Buffalo Bills, and one of them was contain Josh Allen. But no 100-yard rushers. John Brown had a game. We couldn't stop John Brown if our life depended on it. And then on the Dolphins side, Ryan Fitzpatrick, 32 for 45, 323 yards, no touchdowns. Kalen Ballage had a touchdown. Jakeem Grant had a rushing touchdown. Jakeem Grant also had a kick return touchdown, which I didn't get to see because my live stream crapped out as the play happened. If you go back and watch the live stream, you'll see that I'm completely distraught that I missed on that. So I have a few things I want to talk about. Devontae Parker, the dude he's just been constantly producing all year, regardless of who is in at quarterback. Devontae Parker is showing that once he's healthy, once he gets out of his own way, once he gets out of his head, he does a great thing. Now, this defense, for the most part, had this bend, not break mentality where, the Bills were marching down the field, and then we'd hold them to a field goal, and then the wheels fell off, and they just started scoring at will. So that really, really halted. And then the Miami Dolphins, a team that is ranked first with least penalized, had some of the worst penalties in this game. One of the penalties, which was a holding call on a Ryan Fitzpatrick 20-yard run, was just a horrible call. Now, obviously, the refs didn't cause the Miami Dolphins to lose this game. The Miami Dolphins caused the Miami Dolphins to lose this game. I will tell you the legit thing that caused the Miami Dolphins to lose this game. But the refs, something's got to be done with these refs because it's bad on all sides, whether it's for against the Dolphins, whether it's other teams. It's just the refs need to be held accountable. The offensive line, I'm going to talk about that. Let's talk about that. Offensive line for this team and this game was horrendous. The first offensive drive for the Dolphins was just sack, tackle for loss. You had Davenport miss on his block and had a tackle for loss. Then you'll have Jesse Davis miss on his block and it would be a sack. Then you'll have Dieter, and then you'll have Kilgore, and you're just like, what is going on with this offensive line? It's bad. It was really, really bad today. But there's some bright spots with today. Jakeem Grant, kick return touchdown. Jakeem Grant was making catches. Allen Hurns had his fumble, which it's really close. It was a really close call, whether it was a fumble or not. A lot of people want to tell me it was a fumble. A lot of people tell me he made a football move before he punched the ball out on his own. I don't know. It's here nor there. It doesn't really matter at this point, but Allen Hurns, he had some good plays, and he had that bad play, and then he had another bad drop catch. But for $3.2 million guaranteed, I like the signing of Allen Hurns. Then we had the onside kick, which came out of nowhere, and it was a great thing. But then again, we had the Allen Hurns fumble, which kind of negated us potentially going into the half down by, I think it was 2 at that point. I think it was 16-7 at that point, which would have been amazing. But then it's like the Hurns fumble, and then McCain with McCain's tackling. The tackling on this defense alone is, why don't they use their arms? And just, all right, if you're going to go for his legs, wrap him up. If you're going to hit him in the upper body, wrap him up. They just do a lot of bumping, a lot of throwing their bodies into them and hoping and praying they knock them over. And it's driving me absolutely 100% nuts. But yeah, and so with the offensive line struggling as bad as they did, right? You would think you would start to scheme around that, right? Have Fitzpatrick roll out, have some toss plays for the running back. Also, stop forcing Ballage. Just stop at this point. You saw when Laird came in, he did well. Gaskins came in, he did well. When Cox was blocking, they did well. Stop trying to force the Ballage issue. It's a null and void. Ballage is struggling. Because, like I said, Laird came in, he had a nice run. I get that the offensive line was bad today. And today is not the only game that Ballage did badly. So that's why I'm saying stop forcing the Ballage issue. But with this offensive line struggling, why on God's green earth would you throw screens and force these offensive linemen that are struggling to move out and block? Every screen they threw was just complete and utter mess, a complete and utter debacle. But hey, the Bills outperformed us. We had those 2 nice wins in a row. Let me see what the score is as of right now. The Cincinnati Bengals and the Oakland Raiders are tied. So again, if the Cincinnati Bengals, for all you guys that want that first overall pick, so we have our choice of who we want. If the Cincinnati Bengals win this game, the Miami Dolphins have complete control over that first overall pick. Because you got the Redskins. The Redskins are going to beat a team. They are going to beat a team. But we lose the Cincinnati Bengals. We lose the rest of the games for you guys that want that. They have complete and utter control over that first overall pick. So right now that game's tied. But like I said, the Bills outperformed us. The trenches was the main point of this game. Trenches 100% on both sides, offense and defensive line. Just no pressure on Josh Allen. Josh Allen had time in the pocket. They ran all over us. We couldn't run. Fitz got no time. Gesicki still made things happen when he could. Parker still made things happen when he could. The playmakers that are the future of this team were showing up and making things happen. It's just on the opposite side, like the touchdown pass to Brown, where Needham thought that McCain was over top. Then McCain wasn't there, and McCain tried to tackle him by smacking legs out. Just stop. Actually tackle. But like I said, tip of my cap, as much as I don't like to the Buffalo Bills, you beat us. It is what it is. You beat us in the trenches. Can't take that win away from them. It's not like we got lucky. There's one Bills fan in the live stream that said, the Dolphins are so lucky. You had a kick return, and you had this happen. You guys suck. And then friggin' Singletary fumbles the ball. It bounces right to Brown's hands. And then there's another fumble by Singletary behind the line of scrimmage that bounces right to his hands. But we're lucky. I just thought that was funny. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you guys think of this game. Let me know what you guys think of the future of the team. I know a lot of you guys are probably going to be frustrated after those 2 losses, after the 2 wins and then we lose. But it's like, it doesn't matter. We had the 2 wins. A lot of guys were frustrated. We're knocking ourselves out of getting the first overall pick. And now you guys are going to be frustrated that we lost. So be sure to comment below. I like reading your comments. And let's get to the comment of the day. I took this comment from Twitter. And if I could pull it up with my left hand. This one comes from FinnNoel13. He says, Dougie, we sucked today. The line couldn't run block. Fitz got hit almost every time he threw. We could not gain a half yard. QB sneak. That was horrid. Absolutely horrid. I think this line needs to go. We need fresh troops. Now, this is the thing with that, right? We need tackles. Tackles are a need and a guard. I think Bohm or Bam or however you call his name, I think he'd be better at center. I think Kilgore needs to go, and I would like to see Dieter progress. So tackles and a guard or a center. I'm thinking guard and 2 tackles. Because once you have the continuity at tackles, that helps a lot when you have a stud left tackle that can help out that left guard and take on multiple and, call out schemes and help at blocking and stuff. And you can see that with the Dolphins offensive line. We don't have that. We don't have that anchor that can help someone next to him, help call out things, help do these things. So you're not wrong, but I wouldn't get rid of everybody. But we do need help. We need pass rushers. We need edge rushers. We need offensive line help desperately, absolutely desperately. Thank you so much for the comment, Noel. I really do appreciate that. Before I get into my spiel, Patreons, I have Anthony Pettit with a $4 Patreon. Thank you so much. And I have a new Patreon, Greg Kenya. Kenya? I think I said his name right, with an $8 Patreon. Now, you $8 Patreons, you guys get first dibs at comment of the day. So be sure to get at comment of the day. Be sure to get at me for comment of the day. And you guys got first dibs because you guys are $8 Patreons. I'm going to make specific videos for Patreons if you want to be a Patreon. It's linked below. You don't need to be a Patreon. Don't feel like that's a need. I also got merch below. I'm going to be getting my the merch that I can wear either Wednesday or Friday, in between those days. So I got merch below if you guys want to pick up some merch. It's linked below. But be sure to follow me on Twitter. I started tweeting after I was done with the live stream. I also take some comments from Twitter. When news breaks, I retweet it. So be sure to go check me out on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Also, check out the Bit Boys. Christmas is coming up. We got some Christmas games planned. We're going to start recording them this week and next week. So it's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of Christmassy stuff happening over there. Give this video a thumbs up. It was a bad game, but there was a lot of bright spots. The Grant is showing up. Grant just needed to get healthy. He wasn't 100%. Now that he's 100%, he's showing up. The defense held the Bills, but there's only so much this defense can do when you are constantly on the field with the offense completely struggling. There's bright spots on this team. So give this video a thumbs up, because this team, as bad as it is, still have won 2 games. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Also, you like the content, you like me making these videos, all that stuff. It lets me know. Be sure to check out Dolphin Talk with Sportscasters. 2 great sites. 2 sites I'm associated with. Sportscasters, a live streamer. Dolphins Talk is a great site with all Dolphin content. Other than that, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Regardless of the record, regardless of how the team's doing, regardless, I make minimum 3 to 4 videos a week. Picks videos, previews, post games. I live stream randomly throughout the week. So be sure to hit that subscribe button. Other than that, I'll see you guys either tomorrow or Tuesday with the next video. But like usual, stay classy. Fins up.